have here is they've warped this upstream using the Coolux Pandora's box system, and then used many layers within the system to composite that whole image. So what we're really looking at is two rocks that have been put out there and spaced around. We're looking at some water that was actually created out of 2 or 3 different media layers that are laid over each other and keyed in real time. And with up to 48 layers in real time, there's a great deal you can do. If we turn the warping off for a second, and just look at a grid of what the projectors are doing, the two projectors are basically aligned. You can see some error in the middle there, and the fact that the colors don't line up and that we're spilling over the sides. If we turn the warp grid back on, that's actually what we're doing to correct it. And a lot of times that correction is somewhat counterintuitive, because you're trying to actually make something so that lines of video flow out correctly over a surface and not necessarily perfectly square blocks. But as he brings up some...
We can also do something else which I find pretty effective, and that is rather than use the panels and paint the video layer to the panel, we can use the panels as a reveal. So as we move, we're moving along the video bitmap to reveal different parts of the image.
That's fabulous. Josh, do we have any examples that we might be able to share with the audience of how this effect has been used in a live event?
Effective in showing the sort of accuracy and ease that we can move content around with. So here with the basketball, we're just showing a combination. We're back to 2 layers. Let's assume that the logo is a live source, a camera source maybe. In this case, it's a graphic source. We could very easily put a camera source there if we thought that might be interesting. And then we could play with who might be falling in. Let's see, we'll dial in someone here that is kind of interesting. I think we're going to have to stick with Frithai, and keep her on the ball, and then we'll let her go away.
Basically, progression is almost natural from these odd shapes to geometric shapes to let's call them arbitrary shapes. But Sam's just started to animate the cards, and now we have the wheels spinning, and for those in the front, the headlights are flashing, and I think they'll make it on the screen up front there. And the idea is that basically there are 4 projectors here, and those 4 projectors are coming out of 2 servers, and those 2 servers are acting in unison. The system can be expanded to as many levels as need be, so that everything can be used in one big environment to work with it. We'll get tired of the candy bar, and we'll go for the ice cream cone, because I really feel like that's much better. And it, again, gives us the same answers. And this one, too, is set to rotate or to scale or to do things, and we can turn them around. We can look at the bottom of it.
So the kind of movements you're making and the kind of control you have over the object, is that all programmable or is that fixed?
It's actually completely dynamic. The issue right now is that I'm working right now in an imaginary box that's about this big, and if I put my hands inside of this box within this space here, it's doing things, and if I do different elevations, it'll do different things as well. So it has to do with how we set that up, but that could be changed on the fly to any other type of gestural behavior.